Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope. And this one's for you, Taurus. As we come into February, we're seeing a lot of this month's astrology focusing on your public-facing activities, either your career, maybe some volunteer work, or interfacing with others in some way. We've got the sun shining in Aquarius through the 18th, and this is highlighting your professional and leadership skills. It's going to be a great month to put a wrap on group projects and reconnect with former coworkers or mentors. And we've got Mercury, planet of communication, retrograde in Aquarius through the 20th. That means it's not a great month to sign a new contract, especially if it's related to work. However, if you find that you must take a new job during this Mercury retrograde cycle, I'm a very practical astrologer. I wouldn't ever advise anyone to stop what they're doing during Mercury retrograde. You just kind of have to know to work with the energy. So if you take a new job or have to make a new agreement or sign an important document, be sure to leave yourself some room to renegotiate the terms of either your employment or the contract at a later date. You might discover something new that you embark on during this time period is sufficient for now. Using a job as an example, okay, great, this will provide some income for now, but it's likely you'll still be keeping an eye out for a better situation. Now, with Mercury retrograde, there's an emphasis on the past and reconnection. So in the positive side, former work colleagues could be helpful to your pursuit of a professional or even a personal goal. So you can keep all that in mind while we're working with Mercury retrograde this month. We've got this month's new moon on February the 11th at 23 degrees of Aquarius. If you were born on or around May 14th of any year, or you happen to have around 23 degrees of Taurus rising, you will feel the strongest motivation for new beginnings at this new moon. Now, all Tauruses are going to be able to use this new moon to set intentions related to career, working with the public, how you present yourself and how you would like to be seen, as well as long-term goals. Now, because Mercury is going to be retrograde at this new moon, wait to initiate action on your goals until after February 20th. But it's definitely a good idea to write down your goals at every new moon. It helps to make the most of that initiating energy available. And when the time is right, you will have the astrological support to start some new things for 2021. Now, we've got this exact square between Saturn and Uranus, and it's going to be felt most strongly mid-month. I've talked a little bit about this square in the January horoscopes. There's going to be a video just on this topic. Keep an eye out for that on this channel. This is particularly important to people in the sign of Taurus because Uranus is in Taurus right now. You will probably be feeling this square quite personally, especially if you were born on or around April 28th of any year. Also, anyone with around 7 degrees of Taurus rising could feel the challenge from this square. The challenge set up by a Saturn-Uranus square has to do with trying something new that allows you to embrace more of your true self. This aspect is in effect all year. Saturn rules tradition while Uranus rules invention. So it's all about taking some calculated risks that allow you to grow and change without being too drastic. Saturn is lending this inventive yet grounding energy. So you may have the urge, because Uranus, planet of radical change, is in your sun sign, you may want to do something very drastic. But most likely you're going to find this middle ground. Think of it as two energies that are negotiating with each other. The Saturn-Uranus tension And it's in effect all year. It's felt the most strongly this month, also strongest in June and December, but this is really something to work on for the year of 2021, especially for Taurus people. It will probably push you to analyze your self-image, your relationships. You may decide to create some new rules for how you conduct your personal and professional interactions, what you will and won't do, how to be more clear about that, how to free yourself from limiting obligations that are actually harmful instead of helpful. These are some things up for you this year. So if you have more curiosity about the Saturn-Uranus square and how you might be working with it as a Taurus sun or Taurus rising person, you can also find that information in your 2021 sun sign report that I've written, and I put a link to it in the description of this video, and it will give you a little more in-depth information on that. You've got Mars in your sun sign all month, Taurus. So this is great. This will give you an extra boost of motivation. You can really channel this energy towards projects that you've already started. Mercury retrograde cycles are great for finishing up those things you've been procrastinating. And knowing that Mars, planet of action, is in your sign, you might finally be able to clean that closet or whatever it is you've been putting off doing. Keep a check on impulsive urges. That can definitely happen when Mars is in your sign, as well as planet Uranus that I mentioned, and those two are quite close this month in your sign. Take it easy with physical activity because it can be easy to overdo it under this astrology. Regular exercise is going to be very helpful for your mind, body, and spirit as long as you don't overdo it. Now we've got the sun moving into Pisces on the 19th, and this is going to give the end of the month a really social feel. It's probably going to feel good to connect with special people in your life and just have some compassionate, heartfelt conversations. We've got a full moon on February 27th at 8 degrees of Virgo. This forms a favorable trine to your sun, this full moon does. So if you were born April 29th of any year, or you have around 8 degrees Taurus rising, you're probably going to experience the most enlightenment at this full moon. But for all Tauruses, this is a great time to rediscover a creative passion and enjoy some joyful playtime with loved ones. It's sort of a celebratory full moon. Even in more of a serious sign like Virgo, it's all about celebrating your success and a job well done and taking the rest you need so that you will have the energy to continue doing the good work that you've been doing. So I hope that you can make the most of this month's astrology. Be safe and be well, and I will see you here next month with your horoscope.